Howdy. I am just a little bit late. I got caught up looking at some stuff, doing a little research. How you doing, Tank? Long time no see. Yeah, so I don't have snacks. The wife fixed some beef and vegetable stew. It's pretty good. Uh, are we the only ones in here? Yeah, I was roughly a minute late. So sorry about that. I was doing some research. Uh, Let me fix this live chat. I've got a setting on here that it shows top chat and live chat. And for some reason, top chat won't show certain people. And I don't know why it won't show certain people. I don't know. There was one person, one of my good watchers, we talk a lot. For like 3 or 4 weeks, he would come on and type in the chat, and I didn't see what he was typing. And I'm willing to bet he was thinking I was just ignoring him. But it was because I had it set to top chat and not live chat. And I only seen it when he sent money, sent a little support deal. So, yeah. Uh, you know, I thought about canceling, but you know, no. I figured I'd come on in here and do it. But this may not be long yet. Yeah, I'm warmed up. I've got a heating pad that it's awesome heating pad, and it's for my back, and it does massage and everything. Well, turned it on, put it on my feet, and it heats me the hell up. Uh, well, hey Rob, how you doing, man? Let me move this a little bit. Okay, maybe a little more. Uh, yeah, it was pretty decent, but it was wet. You can ask Tank. Uh, we all got wet. There wasn't enough riding, but you know, sometimes you need to just sit around and you know hang out with your brothers without having to worry about riding. I mean, I'm a big one on riding, but that's okay, Chief. You haven't missed anything other than busting my balls a little bit. Uh, let's see, Rob. I'm whooped. Did the flower bed clean the new mat? Planted Mama's flowers. Got the raised beds clean. Got 20 buckets ready and weed whack. Dang. A lot of bourbon at Frank's bar. No, I mean, I don't know. There was a lot of there was they didn't polish off 4 bottles. As a matter of fact, the Wellers still had that much in it. The only bottle that got polished off was that 10-year what was the name of that bourbon? Tank. Uh Basil Hayden. It It was a 10-year Basil Hayden. You're just getting warmed up. The giant sign, do you know Frank, outside Hiawassee? Yeah, I seen it. But yeah, I'm surprised that most of that didn't get done. Let's see. But yeah. It's okay, Chief. No one needs that. Next year's going to be a week later. Maybe it'll be drier. I hope so. Oh man, I'm looking. This week's going to be a tough one. This week is going to be busy as all get out. I've got, well, Monday I need to study. I can go ahead and take one of my exams Monday. And then I've got 2 exams that I have to take Wednesday, and one of them I have to take Tuesday, I think. So, what am I studying? You talking about the particular classes that I'm in right now, or what my degree is in? S&S. It'll be drier at Sticks and Steels. I'm going for human resources management. And no, I'm not studying DEI. I've already taken plenty of classes on in what is it called? Uh, dang. It used to be called something else, and didn't talk about diversity inclusion. It was more about, you know, not, you know, overlooking people because of the color of their skin or what have you. I forget the name of it. Anyway, I ended up having a extra duty, an additional duty as a, man, what is it? My brain isn't working. Anyway, let's see what we got. So, but the classes I'm in right now are statistics, one health and safety class. It's industrial safety stuff, and then 2 management, classes. One of them is strictly human resources management, and one of them is management behavior and stuff like that. So yeah. Well, so Chief, the reason I am studying is because it's a benefit that I was able to take advantage of, and I'm going to take advantage of it. I mean, that is the number one reason. They pay me to go to school, and they pay for my school. And it's something I earned, and I'm going to take advantage of it. I mean, who would turn down, $1,300 a month to go to school? So, yeah. See, what are you studying? Yeah, what are you going for? Thumbs up. This program very important, Chief. He wrote the curriculum for his team. But I'm studying because I'm just that good. Told you it was a long day. What the fuck? 3 viewers. Rub that in your stats. Stuttering. DD trial tomorrow. It don't matter. 4 viewers, 3, 2, 1. it is what it is. I mean, I'm sure it's not very uh, entertaining right now anyway. Yeah, I haven't kept up with that stuff on those trials. I could care less. The only thing I care, the only reason I care about it any at all is because of the crap that it's that just the evil about it, and how wrong it is, and I'm sure how many lives they messed up. But yeah, I got a guided fishing trip next weekend. Looking forward to it. R&R, man, that sounds awesome. Chief is going down. I have to do my civil duty tomorrow. I hate everyone. Well, go do your duty and don't do your duty. But anyway, so a few things I was looking at. I was trying to figure out so I like Vessel tools. They're a Japanese made tool. Some of them are made in Taiwan, but they're mostly made in Japan. Very high quality. And I was wondering if I could tell any difference in the prices. And so far I haven't, but what I'm wondering, and I think I'll order something. Some of these prices, they're already converted to US dollars, but some of these things ship from Japan. I'm wondering if I will get hit with the tariff as a uh, like a COD or some not COD, but something to that effect. If I will have to go pick it up and pay money to pick it up. I've had to pay import on one thing a very, very long time ago. And I'm just wondering if that might be the case if I order something and it comes from Japan. Do y'all know anything about that? See, I like single bass blades. Single bass blades. Oh, fishing. So, Rob, Chief's a fisherman. Uh, your boat isn't on the lake anymore; it's on the river, ain't it? So, I have something to ask when you have a pause in tonight's program. One year you routed us all over the wilderness during Sticks and Steels. That will be cool again. Well, I can't tell whether people liked it or not, especially when we broke people down. I'm thinking about doing something, but you know, maybe going a different way, maybe, you know, mapping out something different. I'll be thinking about it. Yeah, I mean, you come in a little late, Chief, but I'm eating beef and vegetable stew. Every now and then, Chief. You just gotta keep it spicy, a little bit different every now and then. Mm, Rob, I love fishing, Chief. Make my own lures, tie my own flies. Can't wait to pass the skills on to Junior. That's cool. Um, Chief probably isn't really all that good of a fisherman. Damn, now I'm hungry. Blinky. Yeah. So, anyone have experience with paying import on something that you have purchased from overseas? Or do they handle that some other way? Uh, did you buy a Jap mini truck? No, not yet. I am, what I'm doing is I'm thinking about, you know, I'm waiting on a particular tool from Vessel to come out, and yeah, it hasn't come out yet. Tank made it home. Yeah, Tank made it home. What time do you think you made it home, Tank? Uh, I made it home at 2:03, 2:02. What time did you make it home? No, you can't post pics. I wish we could. I wish it was a little better. But if you want, Chief, you can send it to me and I will post it for you. I will show everybody. You should have my email address, but I know you won't be able to find it. There it is, Chief. If you want to send me whatever picture you got, you know. And the reason I say you should have my email address is because I've ordered coins from you at least twice. Let's see. See, Tank made it home. Damn, you can't post. Hey, how you doing, Pete? Good to see you in here, man. Scott, yes, sir. Cold to the bone. Chief, LOL. 245. Shit. Okay. Man, I'm gonna tell you, when I finally got dressed, because the guys had been gone 10 minutes from the where we parted ways. It took me forever to get back dressed. My hands were already so cold I couldn't work these fingers. And but I finally got all my stuff on and took off. And I was going to be close on gas, but I stayed on the bike the whole time. And when I pulled into the gas station, I never got off the bike. I only pumped 2 gallons into it, and I got right back on the interstate. I mean, I didn't stop and pee. I didn't anything. I just went, and that's how I make time. I mean, I only go. I might go 8 miles over the speed limit, but that's pushing it. Unless I'm with Dickhead and Tank, and then I'm rolling. See, both of you just over 400 miles for me. Think I have 15 different soft plastic molds. Have a Kitech knockoff that is my go-to. So close to the original. Story of Dickhead setting his car on fire with the radar detector was true. Wow, okay. I'm waiting on the picture you're supposed to be sending me, Chief. How you doing, Frank? We were flying. Spider makes you get off. Spider makes you get off. Gas cap. Oh, okay. Splash and dash. Internet just went out. That sucks, man. Damn. Remember Dad and I checking on Grant's property. Rain was coming in. We blew by a trooper who waved at us. He was stationary. Wow. Okay. Let's see if I can email it to myself. I give the guy my email address, and he sends it text. It is Gmail. There it is. Send. Okay, there we go. Let me share screen. see. There you go. There's your fish. Can y'all see it? Let's see. There was just nasty storms out in Midwest. Well, he wasn't there, and not your family tank, nothing is safe. Broke 50. It sucked. We got hammered on the bikes Friday. That's Photoshop. Yeah, that's fish. Oh man, that's a cool fish. I've only caught one fish about that size, and it was in the 90s, and I was deep sea fishing, so it probably doesn't count. And it wasn't big enough to keep. It was like some type of jack, but it wasn't big enough to keep. Biggest bass I've caught, regular largemouth, was about a 4 pound, and I thought he was a monster. Let's see. It did suck. We got soaking ass wet so on Friday we go out for a ride, and we're riding, and all of a sudden the bottom just drops out, and it's like lightning, and it's hitting somewhere super close to us. Don't know where, but it almost had my ears ringing. And the guys leading the ride just kept riding instead of we were looking for a place to pull over. We were soaked to the bone, and then we put our wet weather gear on, and we were kind of good the rest of the day. I think it's Photoshop too, Tank. See moi. Tank. Yeah, but it was nice to be there with brothers and stuff and enjoy it. So next question. I know this is off the subject of tools, and I ain't gonna talk about it too long. Any of y'all fancy yourself backpackers, hikers, anything like that? Since I was 15 years old, I wanted to hike the Appalachian Trail. And when me and my wife first started dating, not long after we dated, we'd talked about it a little bit. And she's on board with me taking off on a trip. And then I was talking to one of my brother's wives, and she is doing section hikes right now, and I'm kind of starting to try to figure out how to plan one and still be able to do all this other stuff I need. I may have to take a little time off from doing lives to go on it, but what do y'all think? Let's see, yes, sir. So yeah, I've been on the Appalachian Trail, but just, maybe a mile. If through hike, mail yourself packages to the post office along the way. Yeah, so I've read about 30 books on it. I'm telling you, I've dreamed about doing it since I was 15. I mean, that's 38 years. I've dreamed about doing it for 38 years. I've watched movies. I've read books. And I've got a significant amount of extremely outdated backpacking gear that, I was using while I was stationed at Fort Carson, Colorado. So yeah, I know about mailing the stuff. Just, there's a lot of different things you can do, but pretty much you have to mail stuff, or have my wife bring it to me every so often, and while we meet on the weekend or what have you. See, Kelly Jo and I talked about that a lot this weekend. She's done chunks of it. Yeah, she's extremely excited about it. If you commit to it, I can join for a leg, and when you're near here, that's cool. I look forward to that. Starting somewhere where document how far you get, piece at a time, till you fulfill your goals. We're not getting younger. I know. But there was a 70-something-year-old woman that done it, and I think she's the oldest, but there's been blind people do it. There was two sisters that did it barefoot, south then north. I think they put some shoes on going north because they got stuck in some horrible weather. But once they got out of it was like a real bad year where they had some bad snowstorms. Once they got out of that, they went back to bare feet. But yeah, I'm telling you, I've read a lot of books on it. Uh, Found REI tends to have some of the best affordable gear without going insane in cost. Yeah, and plus they have what they call yard sales. I think they call it yard sales, where they sell all of the equipment that someone has brought back to because whatever they have 100% return policy, so you can take this stuff out here and trash it, and come back and return it. And it's a satisfaction guaranteed deal. So, and then they sell it in those yard sales. It's once or twice a year. I could do it barefoot if I could do it. Got my Fred Flintstone feet. Yeah, I couldn't do it. I wouldn't want to do it. I don't understand how they did it. But they were happier barefoot though than with boots on. The boots made them miserable, they said. Um, they're a great company overall. Believe the members are owners. Yep. I'm a member of REI. Have been since 2001 or two. Yabba dabba doo. How you doing? How you doing, brother? I usually use Luna sandals, a barefoot with protection. That's cool. We didn't have shoes in the summertime. Got a new pair at the beginning of the school year. By spring, they were toast. I'm fortunate. Mom and Dad had to deal with that, but I never did. And that's one thing. Dad didn't make a whole lot of money, but we never went without food. We never went without clothes of any type. We never went without a place to live. Um, there was a couple of times it got real tight. There was one time Dad was working for his brother at the restaurant, and his brother would let him take home stuff out of the freezer so we could eat. And there was one time when I was super young that I can remember me being hungry and Mom feeding me crackers because that's all we had to snack on or eat or whatever. But that's it. That's two times. I think it had mustard on it because she didn't have nothing to put on it. Let's see. Didn't have shoes. Got any pair to be in by spring. Then we toes walked uphill snow both ways. Never went without, but it's amazing how little you can live with. I agree. Tank, was your dad a coal miner? My daddy was a coal miner. I imagine, and granddaddy and great granddaddy. Yeah. Uh, That's interesting. Dad was a mechanic for most of my life. Well, he was a cook, truck driver, and mechanic. All three, just at different times. And he might be a mechanic today and be a cook tomorrow because he got pissed off at his boss and quit his job. And that was normal for Dad because he was a hothead. And up until he went to work for Case Tractor in Huntsville, I don't remember what year it was, but I was 11 years old. That was the first job he held for any length of time, and he held it from then until I was out of the house. I was probably 21, 22 years old when Case sold all of their dealerships. They owned their dealerships. They sold their dealerships, and Dad went to work for the company that bought the dealership, and but he was pretty distraught because he had a pension. He was going to have a pension. He was moving up. He was eventually going to be shot for him. You know, all that stuff. Yeah. Yeah. See, Dad retired as superintendent for a giant road construction company. When I was little, he worked 3 jobs at one point. Wow. Late but here, brother. How you doing, Warren? Good to see you here, man. But yeah, I understand, Tank. Not quite that much, but yeah. We lived on, I think the poorest we ever were, we lived on 6th Avenue in Decatur. And for that Christmas, Mom and Dad got us one of the big candy canes, apple, orange, one of those little stomper cars, little battery powered by a AA battery. They got me a watch, a little bitty digital watch. And that was it. That was Christmas that year, which, I mean, it was a big Christmas compared to, you know, I'm sure a lot of people. Yeah, Stompers rocked. Yes, they did. I wish I still had it. So, Mom had some long, beautiful hair. She always had long hair, and it was, it was down to the middle of her back or whatever. Who can guess what 10-year-old James did? uh, I haven't got any responses yet, but so I turned on that little car and I run it up her shoulder and it run up onto her hair before I could get it turned off or off of her. It done tangled her hair up in that. And my dad was so mad at me. It's a wonder. It is a wonder he didn't take that thing, throw it, and break it. This was Christmas Day. But like I said, Dad was a hothead. And it's a wonder that toy survived that encounter. it was it was stupid James, but yeah. Anyway, long time ago. Long time ago. Yep. So let's see where we at. We've been doing this thing for about 35 minutes, so we can do it a little bit longer. Um, Anything y'all want to talk about? I think not this coming week, but next week, I'm gonna put my tires on my motorcycle. I made it home, and I can still see tread in the middle, but I'm lucky if there's a 30-second left, 30-second of tread left there in the middle of the back tire. Um, I got a decent amount, but this is my second bowl. Um, so, but I look forward to getting those. Well, I don't look forward to putting them. Yeah, almost at 3,000 subs. Like I need 2 or 3 more, I think. Um, Tire tracks by the front door. Oh, yeah, let's see how much, almost at 3K. Let's see, what was I going to say? I lost my train of thought. I'm not really looking forward to putting the tires on, but I guess the front tire's easy. It doesn't bother me to break them down at all. I got a good machine. Well, it's not a machine, but it's a big tool. It's called a Nomar tire changer or whatever. Let's see, Nomar tire changer. I'll show y'all a picture of it. Let's see. Share screen. Nomar. So that's what it looks like. You use these dogs and you clamp them to your rim. These are plastic, real hard plastic. You clamp that to your rim and you use this to break it down. And it's pretty simple. You use this to actually break it off the beam. I mean, break the bead. Use this to break the bead, and then you use this right here and this other tool to get it off the rim. I bought mine used 300 something. I bought it back in 2013 or 2014. See. Oh, tire tracks by the front door. Let's see. Sorry, I was looking for pics. Texted on motorcycle segment, but love barefoot sisters. Any good upcoming tool deals? I'm not sure. I don't think we got a lot of stuff coming. So someone did some burnouts near the front doors of the motel. See, I'm not seeing your mouse cursor, but I think I get the idea. Okay, sorry about that. What about now? I was doing it on my screen instead of the thing I was sharing. So this right here is what you use. You rotate it over onto the tire and you use it to press down and break the bead. This right here, you use it as leverage with this bar right here. And this bar is what you use to turn it off the rim. Let's see. And you're using balancing beads. No, I'm using Ride On, ON. It's a tire sealant and balancing fluid. So if I've used it in most of my tires. If you get a nail in it or something, it seals the hole. As a matter of fact, you may not even know you even got something in your tire until you're doing an inspection, because I've had my tire have to put air in it one time before and found it. But there was one time when I had like a nail or screw in it, and I never knew until I was doing an inspection, and there it was. My tire had plenty of air in it. So, yeah, I don't have TPMS. So, there's no problems with, let's see. You mean you aren't going to use the pickup truck? No. I tried that with the tractor and it didn't work. So the gel, no problems with valve stems or rim residue. No problem with valve stems. It's easy to clean off the rim on the inside. I never really, in my mind, looking back, I never had a problem with it. The inside of the tire is pretty nasty when you change it, but it was no big deal. I'm sure Diddy did have a surplus of gel. Like I said, I don't have TPMS. I don't know if this that I'm getting is TPMS safe. I think they sell some that are TPMS safe, but I'm not sure. But no, I'm not putting baby oil in it. Let me see. Let me find the stuff. Right on. No, right on. Tire sealer. It's hard to find now. I'm not even sure if it's still being made. Let's see. Here you go. So I think it'll take 3 bottles, and it's $36.80 for 2 bottles. But I mean, this and a doggone mini air compressor, and if you're on a big long trip, you're good. The only problem is if you ride on that tire and it did lose air, you could ruin it. Stop sharing. But that's the stuff that I need to buy some. I need to figure out how much it is. You're supposed to put so many ounces per whatever the tire size is. Baby oil. Have you ever tried the beads? No, no kind of beads, Chief. None whatsoever. But anyway, this soap is better, in my opinion. For what's does it seals it up? It seals up the holes, or is it just to balance? So you're right, Blink. Lower viscosity with baby oil, exactly. Balancing beads. But yeah. So hopefully next week, not this week, but next week, and get those tires changed. I think I start back to school next week. So no rest maybe I start back to school the week after that, because I think there's a full week in between classes, but I could be wrong. When the David Oil painting and when's the David Oil painting and motorcycle segment? Let's see. I don't remember if it was Michael Lichter or David Oil, but I went into Bandit's little emporium. He's got a shop in Sturgis now, and one of the two don't like people videoing their paintings. So I don't know, but if you want to send me pictures of yours, I will put it up here. It reminds me, y'all ever watched The Sopranos episode when he had a painting of him and his horse? Got any pics that were texted? Uh, I'm waiting on Chief to get that. Great day. Uh, yes, ride-on tire sealant can be used with tire pressure. Okay, but compatibility depends on the type, specifically whether it's hermetically sealed, potted. Okay. Uh, but you can send me a picture of yours. Let me see. You might have texted it to me. Let me look here, Chief. Let's see. Let's go to the info. Uh, uh, go to my phone book, contacts, Chief. I know y'all think I'm crazy here. I can't find I can't find where it is. There's a way to look at just the pictures someone has sent you. There we go. I bet you this is it. Info. No. Here, see all. There we go. No, I don't have it. I thought I would have had it, Chief. I remember that great day. Am I the only one who bought more tools last week? I didn't buy any tools. See, I didn't get the only packages I got were from the VA. They sent me a ton of uh, patches to go on my back and all kind of stuff. Don't think you're crazy. Had to reset my internet. I'm back now. Glad to have you back, Pete. Not sure how much longer. I think the chat deal's run its course. Unless Chief wants to send me a picture of his painting that he had commissioned. Yeah, we talked about a pretty good bit. Let's see. No more Photoshop from Chief. Uh, but that's all I got tonight. Sorry it's a little boring tonight. I honestly had no clue what I was going to talk about tonight. Sometimes I make me a nice little list. I didn't tonight. I got a vague idea of what I wanted to do and went with it. Work on the car, sure. Maybe this week I'll be able to work on it, but uh, until I get those exams done, ain't nothing getting done. Um, but that's not the painting, is it? Or was it just a print? Ah, there it is. I'll show y'all this. Eh, It's pretty cool. The painting wasn't it that I was thinking about. It was the print. Let's see. Uh, Man, I am slow, and yeah, I know I got to be boring everybody. Here we go. Let's see. Work on the car. Tank. Blow Frank. Chief has way too much money. Not SA. Let's see. Here y'all go. After this, I'm gonna call it a night. That's Chief's bike. David Oil. Look him up. He's a very famous uh, motorcycle painter. He paints motorcycle themed pictures, and yeah. Have you got your bike back from the shop yet, Chief? Yeah, he's a Hall of Fame painter. Uh, but that's it. I'm down to 4 people, so I think a few people decided to get on off. I appreciate y'all tuning in tonight. I'm glad you're busting his balls. Take. Y'all take care. I'll see y'all next week. It's not going to be as boring as it was this week, next week. So, but y'all take care. Have a blessed week. And thanks for joining in. Have a great night. That's okay, Pete. I understand. Hey, stuff happens.